Hello, my name is Selena.
And my name's Theoni, and you are listening to Piping Hot.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Piping Hot. Today's a special episode, I feel like.
I feel like I've been waiting my entire life for this moment. No, seriously though, because I feel like we grew up in the era where there was rumors about a Wicked movie from like year 2004 until now, and so like it's been constantly like, when's it gonna happen, and then we finally got the cast, and then so it's just like surreal that like I've actually seen the movie now.
Yeah, like that we're like here, and it's real, and it's tangible, like it's so crazy. Also, considering like when the original Broadway show aired back in 2003, it's like, oh my god, now we're here in 2024. Like, it's just
crazy.
It
is so crazy.
Anyways, how are you doing? What's happening?
Nothing too crazy. I think honestly the past couple of weeks have just been so busy and like draining. And next week obviously is Thanksgiving. Yeah. And so, well, when we're recording this, the next week is Thanksgiving. I'm excited to just be home for the week, even though I'll have Hercules with me, which will be a little stressful, but I think I just need to be in another state for a second, you know? Like, that's just how I feel. I just feel like I need some space and just to kind of actually relax a little.
Get away from the hustle and bustle of everything.
I feel like I just need time to just, like let myself rest and not just like do nothing, but just mentally not think. Because I just feel like I think too much and it's kind of exhausting.
Like you feel like you're constantly running. It's like you can never really like stop running. You can never really stop and rest. So yeah, I definitely I get it. Okay.
Yep. So that's me. I mean, I could go into details, but this isn't a therapy session, so we can just hold off on that.
Right?
But yeah, nothing's bad. It's just not particularly exciting. It's just busy. Yeah. You know?
And I feel like that's always the case this time of year, which is unfortunate, but that's okay. Yeah. It's all good.
For sure. How are you? Yeah. How's life?
Good. It's been good. I don't know. I'm trying to think like the last time that we like talked-ish, you know? I took off yesterday from work.
Okay.
Just because. And you know what? Good. I need to take more personal days just to take them off. Like it was just so nice to like disconnect, and I feel like on the weekends I have so much shit to do that I can't disconnect. So it's just nice to like take a day off from work where I can fully disconnect, and then I can still do my shit that I need to during the weekend. Well, so I think was really nice.
I think taking those days helps make work more sustainable too. Like it's very hard to just keep pushing through. Yep. And then before you know it, you're just like everything piles up. So like it helps you just kind of reset and like you know, keep pushing.
Yeah. I really should do that more often. Plus my place, like the place that I work at has unlimited PTO. So it's like I should be taking these days off. Like
100%. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. So that was good. And then honestly, literally since the last time that we've talked, I've just been grinding Stardew. Like I've been playing that game so much. I literally come home, I eat dinner, and then I play until I have to go to bed. Like it's just a nice.
That's amazing.
I know, it's just like a nice way to like disconnect and like invest myself in something that's like not whatever.
Is Stardew Valley like, are there puzzle games, or is it just like kind of like Animal Crossing or Sims where it's like they just live their lives type of thing?
Yep, kind of just like live their lives. You have your farm, you grow your crops, you have your animals. There are like different little side quests that you can do in the town, and you can like romance other villagers. It's just like a bunch of just chill. It's like super chill, like nothing like dire or pressing, like any quests that you have to do, they're like super chill. It's just like nice and not urgent. So but yeah, I think that's pretty much it since the last time that we talked. Yeah.
Cool.
Anyways.
That sounds great to me, honestly. Oh, wait,
did I tell you? Did I tell you that Archie has been, like, kind of sick lately?
No. Why?
Oh, my God,
Archie.
Theo. Okay, you know what? Yeah, because, like, I feel like we've talked, but we haven't really talked.
Yeah, exactly.
He got his teeth done, I think, earlier this month. And he got 2 teeth taken out because they were, like, rotten and stuff. Mm-hmm. And so because of that, he couldn't have his hard food. And so we had to switch him to a soft food. But his stool, sorry if this is gross, people. His stool has been really, really loose and after his surgery. Aww. And it's just been, like, really weird. And then this past weekend, he ate something on the ground because homeboy thinks that we're fucking starving him.
Literally.
He ate something, right? He ate something on the ground outside, and he got so sick that, like, it was just really bad coming out from both ends. And we were like, we need to take him to the vet. So we took him this past Tuesday, and they gave us, like, some pills and prescribed special food to help him. Aww. Thankfully, he is, like, way better now. But these past 3 weeks have been fucking just grueling. Because it's so like...
sorry.
It's just so... It was just so bad. Like, I wasn't sleeping at night. And, like, in my sleep, I could hear him move. And I would wake up and I had to take him out every, like, hour, every half hour. Because he would just, like... need to go, but then he'd like squat and like nothing would come out, and I felt so bad because I'm like, clearly something is happening, like his tummy is not feeling well. But it's also he's like throwing up too. It's just
Archie.
I know, it was so bad, and I was just like not getting any fucking sleep.
I
wouldn't
just, like,
either.
Cranky.
Yeah, I was just cranky the entire time too. But thankfully he's on the up and up. Like,
good.
This fucking dog, I swear. I swear to God. Oh my gosh. But yeah, no, he's fine. He's fine now.
I have read that that's like a Shih Tzu trait. Obviously, for people who don't know, Archie's like a Shih Tzu mix. But like,
yep.
Apparently Shih Tzu, and I learned this because Hercules is like half Shih Tzu. They will eat so much, and they don't really notice when they're full. They just assume you're starving them.
Yes.
And so you have to be like very careful about overfeeding them, and they're so needy.
They'll eat
everything,
literally anything and everything. Is Hercules really treat motivated?
Absolutely.
See, Archie is the same fucking way.
Literally. And obviously I give him a treat when he pees or poops outside because, like, the potty training. And now it's gotten to the point where he'll pee and then just come in front of me and sit because he knows there's a treat coming.
Whoa.
And, like, he's just so... if I need him to stop saying something, I'll say treat, and then... Yeah.
Like, they're too smart for their own good. Archie's the same fucking way.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
It's like, I know you know what I'm saying, and I know you know what I'm trying to get you to do.
Yes.
And they try to, like, outmaneuver us, and I'm like, you're just...
And guess what? It freaking works half the time, because I'm like, fine, I'll give you a freaking treat, okay?
Yeah. Does Hercules, like, dig?
Yes. All the time.
She does the same thing.
Oh my gosh. Literally. I'm like,
thing.
What are you doing?
It's a Shih Tzu thing.
Oh my gosh, okay.
And does he, like, when he gets wet or if it's, like, raining outside or whatever, does he come inside the house and, like, rub his body everywhere?
No, because I haven't honestly taken him out in the rain much because he's so little, but it's been raining in Boston and taking him outside has been a pain. He gets kind of scared and, like, he didn't poop for a day because he just would not poop outside in the rain. I got him to pee, but...
Yeah,
I guess
Archie's the same way.
Yeah.
With, like, I don't think he likes... I think the same way with Cora, too, that he doesn't like, the water on his paws. Yeah. Like, in, like, puddles. And so he, like, walks kind of weird. Oh, gosh.
Oh, dogs.
Anyways, I think, that was it. Whatever. So, yeah. But he's doing better, so we're all good.
Thank goodness.
We're fine.
Archie, my best friend.
Yeah.
Anyways, so... I'm just going to ask, have you been reading anything, or has it been like Stardew Valley is your life right now?
Stardew Valley is my life.
Great, okay. Yeah, I haven't been reading either, so us.
Here's the thing. I am just, like, so exhausted that, like, reading feels like a chore to me, which Which I don't like because, like, I really, truly do enjoy reading. Yes. Mm-hmm. But, like, at some points, especially during busy times, it feels like a chore. So I want to do something that doesn't feel like that. And that's why I haven't been reading.
Yeah. So. No, I feel the exact same way. It's just like, yeah. And it's hard. I agree because it's like, I think we both love reading, and so when it starts feeling like a chore, I'm almost like, what the heck? And then I almost feel bad. And I'm like, no, I'm just going to remove myself completely then.
I agree.
I can't.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Love that for
anyway, what are you watching?
Same stuff as last week, honestly. Like Dance with the Stars, Abbott Elementary, Modern Family, Sopranos.
Nice.
Yeah. That's pretty much it. I mean, I'll talk about Dancing with the Stars more later.
Okay, very nice.
Yep. Mm-hmm. How about you?
What have I been watching? So what we're gonna talk about today, obviously.
Oh yeah.
Some Arcane, which is that Netflix TV show that Jack and I are watching, and then I also started this anime called Yakuza Fiance. It's a romance anime. And I've only watched the first episode, and I'm conflicted. I don't know. I feel like I can't judge it based off the first episode, which is only like literally 20 minutes. So I feel like I have to keep going through it. But I've seen it everywhere on my TikTok. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to try to give it a try.
Yeah.
And I don't know how I feel about it, but I'm gonna keep watching it. I think it's airing right now, so it's only a couple of episodes. It's only season 1, so I'm gonna keep watching it, but I just have mixed feelings. So, anyways. What are you listening to?
Honestly, I haven't been listening to anything new that we haven't talked about. I feel like all of this stuff is so boring for us lately. I don't know, but I've been religiously listening to the soundtrack of Wicked, which obviously we'll talk about more later, but that's been my main thing. And then there's also this like playlist I found on Spotify called Quiet Coffee Morning, so I've been listening to that a little when I need like songs that are just very chill, easy vibes. So I've been listening to that as well. Yeah,
I love that.
So that's been nice.
Yeah. Okay. Very nice.
How about you?
I have been listening to, what we're going to talk about today. I have been listening on repeat. I know we talked about it last week, but I've been listening to AAA by Flo.
Oh, that's such a good song.
It, like, gets better every listen. Yes. And I vibe with it.
Yeah.
And then I've also been listening to 15 Minutes by Madison Beer. It's just, like, come up on my, like, pop mix on Spotify. Yeah. And it's just a vibe. Like, I don't know. I like it. I think... Yes. Yeah. I think she is so good at, like, the EDM kind of space. It fits her super, super well.
I agree.
So I've just been, like, vibing with that, but...
Well, I can't believe she got nominated for a Grammy.
Wait, what did she get nominated for?
She got nominated for Make You Mine in the Best Dance Song.
Okay, I can see that. Yep.
Yeah, I can see it. I just... Anyways, let's not even go to Grammys. Why did I even bring it up?
Why did you even bring it up?
I don't know. I'm triggered. We gotta stop.
Trigger. Oh my god. Okay. Pop culture?
Yes. Okay, I have a few things.
Okay, you can go first.
Okay, thank you. So speaking of Dance with the Stars before, they had the semifinals, and it's really interesting because I feel like Dancing with the Stars is kind of having like a little bit of a comeback in a way, in the sense that I feel like more and more people I know are talking about it, or even on social media and stuff, which is kind of cool. I will say they've done this the past couple seasons, and I don't like it. They have like 5 semifinalists, and then everyone goes to the finals. They do like the whole elimination, but then everyone gets to go. So now there's 5 finalists.
Whoa! And that's a lot of finalists.
It's just too much, and I'm like, someone's got to get eliminated. Just send them home. Just send them home. You know, like, it's just too much. You know, like,
I thought like the finalists would be like the top 2. Like,
well, so usually what it's been in the past is like, there's 3 finalists and they all do a freestyle, and then it kind of goes from there.
But now there's 5? That's too much.
It's just too much.
That's way too much.
And I don't know why they're doing that, but I'm just not into it. It's like, even, and I objectively would be saying that even if, like, the person I'm cheering for went home, like, it's just too many people there. Like, what's the point?
I wonder if it's one, because it's all like, oh my God, you guys, like, we love you guys, like, everyone gets to make it, here you go. 2, I think it's also for the views. I wonder
100%.
if someone's favorite goes home, they know that they're losing views, so, like, maybe that's another thing.
Yeah, and I don't know if the bottom 2 that they said were actually the bottom 2, but the bottom 2 semifinalists were both of the Olympians that have had, like, a pretty big fan base, and I kind of have a feeling that one of them was gonna go home, and that's why. So I feel like I'm more on like the latter of what you said, of why they did that.
Yeah. Interesting.
So I mean, it'll still be fun to watch. I'm still excited, but it's just not the same. So
yeah. Ugh. Okay. Damn.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Well. Do you want me to go?
Yes.
Okay.
Wait. Yes.
I think it was this past weekend. It was Liam Payne's funeral. And all of the boys from One Direction were there, including, you know, and obviously, like, Liam's family, and his daughter was there, and it was just, like, so crazy, because that was the first time they reunited since Zayn left the group back in, I don't fucking know, 2010 or whatever. Something. Like, it's been a really long time. And I read that there were so many pictures. I don't know if you saw, there were so many fucking pictures from this funeral, which is disgusting. But the reason why there are so many pictures is because Liam's family made a deal with the paparazzi that no pictures of his daughter, but everyone else is up for grabs in order to protect her. And I'm like, wow. Are you fucking kidding me?
Wait, I thought he had a son. Are you kidding me?
I thought he had a daughter, or maybe it was a son.
Isn't
I know he has one kid.
Bear.
Yes.
Bear, right?
Sorry. Yes.
Yeah. Anyways, whatever. But wow. Yeah. I respect that a lot, honestly.
Right? But also I hate
that they have to do that. Yeah.
I know. I hate it so much. But yeah, so that was just really sad. Really sad. The fact that that's like the first time they've reunited and it's at Liam's funeral.
I know. It's really like sad. It's still very, very surreal that it happened, you know?
Yeah. So so that was mine. Yeah.
Okay.
Do you have another?
Okay. Yes. Also, Kylie Kelce is pregnant with their 4th daughter.
I saw.
Yeah, crazy.
That's insane.
It's so funny because I was talking to my friend Katie about this last night, and it's just interesting because to me, Jason Kelce screams girl dad, but Kylie Kelce screams boy dad. And she's just in a house full of girls now. And obviously, I'm sure it'll still be absolutely wonderful, but it's just so funny to me that it's another girl.
He is such a girl dad, though.
He is
so
girl dad vibes. Yes, 100%.
And I love it. I love it. Wow. Like, good for them. I love them so much.
I know. Yeah. Me too. So they're just a really cute family, and I'm happy to see it. So
yeah.
Yes.
Very nice. My other one is that it was recently announced that Anne Hathaway will be starring in the film Verity, which is based off of the novel by Colleen Hoover. I want your thoughts. Yes. Here's the thing. Everyone's like, oh, she's Verity, but I thought that she was Lowen.
I got the sense that she was Lowen as well, actually.
Yeah.
And
I don't see her as Verity, unfortunately. I think she could play a really good Lowen. I think falling in love with whatever his name is and like trying to like figure out this like weird shit that's happening. Like I feel like that's a very Anne Hathaway role, but again too, it's like I wonder if she wants to like step out of her bounds and try Verity. But when I first heard that like, oh, she's starring in it, I thought it was Lowen.
Yeah. No,
what about you?
But I agree. So I guess I'm a little confused, and I don't know if it's confirmed either way, and I just haven't looked. I might just have to look more into it, but I just honestly, it's kind of the same thing I felt with It Ends With Us, although I think in this movie it matters less than it did in It Ends With Us, so it's not going to be as big of a deal, but the age, once again, like aging them up so much. Yeah.
Okay, wait. Because
Lowen, I think, is supposed to be in her early to mid to late 20s, someone in her 20s, I think.
Yes, because the reason why she is hired by Verity in the first place is because her books have her books taken off, or is she like a struggling author? I don't remember.
Isn't she like a ghostwriter or something? I don't remember exactly what it is. But there's something where I'm like, because in my eyes, I always imagined like Lowen's younger than Verity and Jeremy.
Yes.
Whether that's right or not. But that's how it is in my head. And so in that sense, I'm like, I feel like it would make more sense if Anne Hathaway is Verity, and then they'd cast someone maybe a little younger than Anne Hathaway to be Lowen. No. But who's to say?
I don't trust them anymore. I literally don't trust them after
I feel like they're just... No, I don't either. Yeah.
And here's the thing. Anne Hathaway has a better track record for projects from book to novel, but I also had a lot of faith in Justin for It Ends With Us, and that went to shit as well because of all that drama. So I also don't have a lot of faith in this project either, because, I mean, she did The Idea of You, which was based on a book, to a movie, so it's like, okay, I get it, and this is also a book that's going to be a movie. I don't know. I'm conflicted. After It Ends With Us, I think I'm good. I don't need any more.
Yeah. No, I totally agree. I just and here's the thing. I feel like, I know there's a lot of controversy with Colleen Hoover herself, but I do feel like her books could be really, really good, but just like the way I feel like Colleen Hoover is giving me the vibes where she doesn't really care what it ends up being like, as long as she has the biggest names in it.
Yes. And the money.
Yep, 100%.
Yes.
Yep. And that's just very unfortunate. Where it's like, then you look at like Taylor Jenkins Reid, and you look at Daisy Jones and the Six, and like the care that she put into that, and like all that. So it's like you can see the difference like right then and there with like.
Yes.
And not that she's not in it in the money, but after seeing the difference and how it and all that. So anyways.
Making something more like flashy with big names versus making it flashy with like the story and the heart of it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Yeah. Anyways, that was my last pop culture thing I had.
Okay.
Did you have anything else?
I have one more. Maybe I should have confirmed this before I bring it up. But
no worries.
I think Miley Cyrus announced an album in 2025, right?
Yes.
Or am I making that up?
You sent me something about it.
Okay, yes. I think that is a thing, which like I'm very, very excited. Like here's the thing. I'm very curious what sound she's going to go with, because Miley Cyrus she's always going to give us something different.
Yes.
She's always unpredictable in a good way.
Yep.
Because even thinking about the difference between Plastic Hearts and then Endless Summer Vacation. I'm like, whoa. So I'm very curious to hear. I kind of hope she goes back to a little bit more of the rock sound, because I think it was just so good. But I don't know what to expect, but I am very excited for it.
Here's the thing. I was super disappointed by Endless Summer Vacation.
Yeah, me as well. Yeah.
So I hope she doesn't do that genre. Anything but that. Like, I don't know. A part of me also thinks that, like, because Plastic Hearts is Plastic Hearts, I feel like she wouldn't want to go back into the rock genre just because, like, she gave it her all. Yeah, exactly. It's so iconic. Like, she poured her heart into that. So I feel like it would be weird for her to go back to another rock album for that. I don't know. I'm open to suggestions, Miley. Yes. Okay, just not another Endless Summer Vacation.
Yes, I totally agree. So oops, I could almost see her going a little bit more of like not country, because I feel like everyone's
I was literally
going
just gonna say that.
The thing is, I don't think she's gonna go country though, because everyone seems to be doing country now, because it's like the cool thing to do. and that might feel, but I could see her maybe going a little bit more, almost like, what was her album? Younger Now, the one with like Malibu, and what are some of the other songs from that album? I could see her almost going back to that a little bit.
Wait, yes, okay. Okay, I can see that.
Because that feels like a mix of kind of like a lot of the different things she's been putting out. So I'm like, maybe something, I don't know. But again, her eras are very distinct. So it'll be very interesting.
I know they are. They are. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. But
regardless, I'm excited.
Yes. Okay. Very nice.
All right, should we dive into what we're talking about today? What?
Yeah, you can tell people.
Okay, guys. Today we are going to be talking about the Wicked movie and soundtrack. It is just called Wicked, but it's like part one of the 2 Wicked movies that are going to come out. So the second one's going to come out this time next year. Like we were saying earlier, this has been something that has been years in the making. I know it's like been passed around from directors, and I think it finally landed in the right spot. Like it got made. And so we're just going to talk about some of our biggest thoughts about the movie, and then our top 3 songs, which, how do you even rank anything in this? I don't know.
Do we want to start with overall thoughts?
Yeah, my thoughts about the movie are kind of overall thoughts too.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I guess my first overall thought, I just have to say, generally, I thought it was like incredible. I honestly don't know how they could have done the movie better than they did. Like it felt like so successful in the way that like they made it cinematic but honored the musical so well. Like because obviously we've seen sometimes musical to movie adaptations, I feel like they either hit or they don't. And this definitely was like so perfect. Like I think even like the director, like obviously like the set design, like to me everything was just perfect. Like the outfits were spot on. I thought the coloring was spot on. Like and very reminiscent of like the OG movie. And then I think about like the hairstyles and the music and the set and just like everything. I just thought it was like fantastic. Like
I agree with everything you said. I saw this comment, I think it was either on TikTok or Twitter.
Oh God.
And it said that like this Wicked movie is like Dune, but for theater kids. Because it's so good.
Yes.
It's so good.
No,
like
literally.
They put like 150% into it to make it the best possible movie it could be for theater kids. And I'm like, no, you're right. Because the people who love Dune, and the people who are going to love Wicked, you know?
Yes, no, 100%. And I think obviously these were like impossible shoes to fill. Like, that like John M. Chu, as soon as he like did this, it's like you have to make it good because people are going to tear it to shreds. And objectively, I really have not seen any bad reviews. Yes. Truly.
Well, it's like
there's
at
the
92.
Fake, there's like go ahead.
You go. No, you go. You go.
No, I was just gonna say, obviously, there's like the fake Twitter hate about random stuff, like whatever. But like objectively, I haven't seen a bad review.
Yes, I was gonna say it's at 92% on Rotten Tomato right now. Like, musical to movie is so hard, you guys. Like, the only other one I can think of is like Chicago and Rent.
Like, and Hairspray.
Okay, and Hairspray. I'll give it Hairspray because
love Hairspray.
Because the additional songs that they added were pretty good, but I am more biased towards the original songs in Hairspray because I did a production of Hairspray.
Wait, what do you mean? They didn't add original songs in the movie?
Yes, they did.
No, they didn't. Which ones? Yes,
the fucking Zac Efron's song. Isn't that original to the movie? I think. No, yes, it is. So. What is that song that Zac Efron sings? It's his solo song.
It Takes Two?
No.
Lady's Choice?
Wait, is it that one? Or is
Lady's Choice is in the musical. The only difference is that Courtney Collins sings it in the musical, and in the movie they have Link sing it.
There you go. Okay, that's what I was thinking.
That movie is deep in my soul.
I will say though, but like I'm more partial to the theater Broadway version soundtrack of it.
Yes.
Because I know they had to cut songs in Hairspray for the movie, which is fine. Yeah. I love that they didn't have to cut any fucking songs for Wicked though.
Yes.
Like that is...
Well, I think that's why they did it in 2 parts. And the one thing I will say, another note, is just like, it was 2 hours and 40 minutes long, but it did not feel long for a second.
No. And it's crazy too because the original runtime on Broadway, you guys, is that exact time. Or pretty close to it. So the fact that only part 1 was 2 hours, 40 minutes.
That's
and
insane.
We have to do part 2 still is like crazy. The only other overall thought that I have is that people who love the original media should always be in charge of making the remake because it clearly shows that like they took very careful consideration for making it the best movie that they could, knowing that they were bringing it to the big screen versus like the stage. And I think what you were saying about splitting it into 2 parts, like you could tell because like this first part, I could feel like I could breathe and like the story could like fully, truly expand. Yes. So, and I think that's why it's like so good is because the people who are behind it like truly love the story, the music, etc. Yes. So.
And they had like Stephen Schwartz, the original like composer, like so involved in the process, and I'm like, you can't do it without that. And another thing I would add that I appreciated in general is that like obviously they updated some of the backing tracks and made it whatever, but it was very true to what you're going to get on the Broadway album. And I think that was very smart because I think if they tried to change it too much, like it wouldn't have hit, you know.
I agree. Question for you. Now I'm kind of like diving into my more of my other thoughts. How familiar are you with like John M. Chu? Like, have you seen like his movies and stuff? Like,
not super. What are some of his movies?
So he did Crazy Rich Asians.
Okay.
He did the Justin Bieber tour movie.
Really? Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
And then he did Now You See Me Too. And then he did a couple of Step Up movies. Have you seen Step Up?
That's so random.
Right?
Wait, wow. That's so random.
Literally, okay, here's the thing. I knew John M. Chu from Crazy Rich Asians, obviously, so I knew, like, how beautiful he could, like, really make
that movie is beautiful. Yeah.
Gorgeous. I didn't know his other stuff though, and the fact that he like did the Justin Bieber tour movie and then he also did multiple Step Up movies, I'm like, oh, this makes sense now. Like this, I see your game now, John M. Chu, and I'm sorry.
No, and I think it's cool that he has that background with Step Up with the Justin Bieber movie. It might sound silly, but like there's some understanding of how to put music in a movie in a way that like makes sense. You know,
like he understands like the theatrical part of like the movies and to make like the choreography work and like, you know, so I was like floored. He like literally made my favorite Step Up movie, which is Step Up 2. It's
oh my god,
the best. It's the best movie in the franchise, everyone, and I will take no other opinions. But yeah, so nice. I just wanted to ask that. Yeah.
Could I dive into a random thought that I have?
Go for it.
So I want to talk about a couple of the casting choices specifically. Obviously, I love everyone who is cast. A couple of things, though. Jonathan Bailey, he is like sex appeal personified. Like, no, but here's the thing. It's like, I think you think about, okay, there's attractive actors and there's actors who can sing and dance and do all these things. But it's like, I'm not even, like, I'm getting a little blushy, but like, there's something about him where it's just like, he just has that factor where you are drawn in and like, that's what you need for that character. And it made so much sense. He can sing, he can dance, all that stuff was great, but like, that was like what we needed, I think.
And I feel like that's Fiyero. Like, when he comes in like that is who he is. So,
but that is Jonathan Bailey, you were saying.
I agree. I saw another comment, I think it was on TikTok, saying that, like, they love that in the movie, Fiyero, like, just appeals to both men and women when he was, like, doing Dancing Through Life. He was flirting with both men and women. I was like, I love this, though. Like, it's so Fiyero. Like, he just doesn't care. He's, like, a charmer that way. Like, he's just gonna charm his way through everything, and I love it.
Well, and the scene with him when he first shows up with Bo and Yang is so freaking funny.
Oh,
like that was so like perfect moment.
Can you move? Oh yeah, I can move. I can do anything.
And I'm so happy they didn't they didn't overdo Bo and Yang being in the movie just because he's like Bo and Yang. Like I feel like they had his spurts of like funny perfectly spread in there, you know?
Yes. Have you heard this story about Bo and Yang and
Yes. Yeah.
I think it's so great. I think it's so great, so funny. I also didn't know that like SNL cast members can't like film during the season, which I feel like SNL goes for a really long time.
Yeah.
Like, that's a long time to be committed to one thing and not taking any other projects. So like that's crazy that he was allowed to do that. So
yeah. I love it.
Speaking of casting, let's get straight to it. Because I was very impressed by Ariana Grande. Okay?
Okay.
And I know, here's the thing. I know that she was a very, very controversial cast, which I understand because of her albums and the image that she has put out for the past 10 years. But I think with her roots, like, it made sense. And
so much sense.
We knew her roots, but like, I think with other people, like, who don't know, I can see how they're like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, why would you cast her?
Yeah.
Even with that, I was still very intrigued to see how she would bring Glinda alive. I will say, I think after watching the movie, I understand now why she was perfect out of everyone else, because, and this is not like any insult to her, I think Ariana Grande has like an airiness or like a bubbliness to her that Glinda needs.
Yeah, and it's like an innate trait.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. And I think Ariana Grande was like the most believable with it, because I feel like, other people were saying Dove Cameron or Amanda Seyfried like should have been casted as Glinda, but I think the reason why Ariana Grande rose to the top is because she has that like airheadness that like is believable.
Well, and I think something that John M. Chu said for both Cynthia and Ariana in their like respective characters, he was like, there's multiple actresses we saw that could do it, but those were the only two who were like meant to do it. Like there's just that like extra quality where it's like, yes, that's just you. You know, like, maybe Dove could have done it. Maybe Amanda could have done it. But it's just not that special something.
And I think, and I think that's why Ariana Grande got it. Because she just has that, like, other X factor where it, like, just made sense. It was just, like, a no-brainer for her to be casted. So,
yes.
Did you have any thoughts on her performance in
I mean, I thought she was amazing. I think... Yeah. Her and Cynthia both, what I will say, they're like acting in their eyes specifically.
Yes.
I thought was insane throughout the movie. I mean, this goes into one of my overall thoughts, because it was one of my favorite parts of the movie that was added in from the musical, was the silent dancing during the Dancing Through Life sequence in the ballroom. Yeah. Like, they weren't saying anything, but it was like they were having an entire conversation.
Yes.
And we all knew what they were talking about. And I think that goes to like say how incredible they both were with the acting. And so like that scene alone, like, I don't know, like, or even I think about like, if we're talking specifically about Ariana, I think during No One Mourns the Wicked, like, she played the back and forth between her making the choice she did, but also being sad about her friend so well. Like, you could feel that conflict.
You could see it in her expression.
Yes.
While everyone was singing and like celebrating and stuff, like the pans back to her, like you could see it. Following off of that ballroom scene, I don't know about you, but I was like constantly crying throughout this movie. Like I'm happy. I went to go see this alone yesterday. I'm happy no one else came with me because Theoni, I was just sobbing throughout the entire movie. Like, I was so fucking unwell, and I don't know what is wrong with me. Like,
I definitely teared up throughout, and then the end just tears.
No, I was like crying at the most like at the beginning. No One Mourns the Wicked when that random munchkin person comes up and she's like, oh, I thought but weren't you friends with her? And then fucking For Good is interpolated.
Yes.
I bawled my eyes
Well,
out.
another thing about the score and the music, you could hear, if you know the musical, there were different songs put into different parts. And I was like, oh my God.
Yes. Yeah.
Brilliant.
Like even little tiny things like that, I was just like, I'd sob. And then I sobbed during the ballroom scene.
Oh my God. That was too much.
When Elphaba and Glinda are dancing. Like, I was just, like, sobbing at the most random fucking parts. And then, obviously, with Defying Gravity at the end, I was, like, inconsolable. And I had to, like, get my shit together because I was like, I feel like people can hear me. And I need to stop.
But like, it's understandable, and I think obviously the movie itself elicits that. But you're also someone who knows the musical. You're a huge fan of the musical, and then to just see it in front of you in this way, on top of what the movie itself does, I feel like it just brings it out of you. Yes. So like, no judgment there, agree. Girly.
Yeah.
No judgment there.
I was so unwell.
Random thought. About Michelle Yeoh, and I felt a little bit about Jeff Goldblum the same way, but mostly Michelle Yeoh. I thought her acting was fantastic. I thought even at the end, the two of them, how they both played the like convincing or kind role, but then could switch so quickly to being a little bit more sinister. Like, I thought they did so well.
Yeah.
I wish maybe they had both taken a few more singing lessons.
Yes.
But luckily, neither of them sing enough for it to, like, be any skin off my back. Like, I don't care. Yeah. But I also think it's funny, too, that they wanted Michelle Yeoh so bad. They didn't even tell her it was a singing part until she already got the role.
I know.
So she's like, well, I guess So I just, that fact in itself is so freaking funny.
It is
but
and because, like, she's good friends with John M. Chu because she was in Crazy Rich Asians, but I think it's so funny that, like, she was casted and she was like, I have to fucking sing. Like, John, you know I don't sing. Funny. And John was like, no, you'll be fine. Like, just whatever.
And she was fine because I feel like her chunk of singing, she kind of, like, did a little bit of singing, but it was a lot of, like, speak singing. And I think it worked, though. So I think they made it work. Yeah, but
I think it was
just something in general, I don't know. I also don't think Jeff Goldblum's like the biggest singer ever, but I think that part fit him very well. So
I think so too. I think he was perfect for the wizard, being that like manipulative kind of type. I think Michelle Yeoh was perfect in her role too, especially at the end when she like pivots completely. I think it was just. I will say one of my favorite moments was when, at the end, she's like telling all the flying monkeys like we got to get her, and she turns around. It's like slow motion, and all of the flying. Literally cinematic, so
no,
great.
It was amazing, and her
she like
face
smirks a little bit.
Yes. Yeah. Oh my God.
Amazing.
Like, see, that's why you're that. And see, those are the moments where there was a bunch of those throughout the movie, but that's why it was so long, but it didn't feel too long. And those are the things you can do in a movie you can't do on stage.
Yes.
You know?
Yes, I agree. So
good.
Yeah.
I'm curious to hear your thoughts. So during Defying Gravity, I thought it was perfect, but they definitely chose to break it up differently than in the musical. And I think it's maybe something I have to get used to more than like I didn't like it, because I'm so used to the way that it's done in the musical that I was like, well, why is it stopping here? And like, what? It kind of threw me off a little bit, but I don't think it's bad. I think I'm just not used to it, but it did kind of take me aback a little.
Yes, I have a whole fucking paragraph.
Okay, let's hear it.
Because Defying Gravity is the moment. She is the moment. She is what Wicked is known for, you know? And it's my favorite. My favorite scene, not necessarily my favorite song in the musical, right? Mm-hmm. Because it's such a moment. I was a little nervous for the scene because of what you just expressed. I did like parts of it. I really, really loved when Elphaba falls. Like, she's like gonna go fly, and she falls. And I'm like, oh my God, that's amazing, because in the musical, she just flies.
She just...
And in the reflection, she sees, like, her younger self. I, like, almost, like, I was crying.
No, I was, I was tearing up for sure. I was like, no. But that, again, another thing that's what a movie should do, is add those moments that we don't get, but it like brought it all so together. Oh my God, I love that moment so much.
Made the moment way more powerful in its own sense within the movie, because I think the theater moment on stage is a different powerful, right?
Yes.
Here's the thing. I will say the defined moment gravity was a little too delayed for me. And I think it didn't give me the satisfaction it does in the theater, but it did give me satisfaction that it did zoom out during her last final notes and words, and you could see her fucking cape billowing like you do on the stage.
Exactly. And that's one of those moments where I'm like, it's a callback to what's in the Broadway version, but in a way that makes so much sense.
Yes.
In a chills.
Yes.
Chills.
So I will say it was fine for me. I think it still hit the way that it hits on stage, but I like the stage theater version more because it's an instant satisfaction. But I will say I like that the movie does give her time to breathe in the character sense of it with like her reflection and stuff. But I mean, I think it accomplished what it wanted to do, but like with me personally, like I am very biased towards like the theater version
me too.
of it.
Well, there's nothing like seeing that scene on stage for the first time. It's like not like another feeling you can experience. It's like out of body.
It is literally out of body. Like
Can we talk about the cameo?
Yes, Theoni. I gasped so loud that I had to like be quiet after.
That entire time, my jaw was on the floor. Like, I'm not joking. I was not expecting that at all. No. I have not had a feeling like that in a movie, like that surprise in so long.
Yes,
but the thing is, I think they did it so perfectly. Like, they wrote a little part for them to sing within this song. But then not only did they write that for them, but then they had both of them singing parts that are typically a chorus member. Yeah. And then the one shot of the four of them standing there where like Kristen and Ariana are having their moment. And then Adina and Cynthia are having their moment. God. I like cried. I like could not even believe that I was seeing that with my eyes.
Okay, here's the thing. I knew there was going to be a cameo, but I somehow forgot entirely because I think I was so excited just to see the movie in general that when they came on stage, I was literally so shook. But now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, of course there's a cameo. Like, of course they would be included. You know what I mean?
But it was but the thing is, it wasn't. Sometimes cameos, I'm like, okay, this is too drawn out, or it's forced, or like whatever. But I feel like it was the perfect amount of time. Yes, we got to feel their magic, but it didn't take away from Arya. Oh my God, like the passing the torch. I know I just brought that up, but like when the four of, I just like, are you how? I am lucky to live in this timeline because I deserve to see that. Okay. Like,
oh my God. Yeah. No, that was great.
Yes.
Okay, question, because I haven't seen the show in a really long time, and so I was just kind of like remembering as I was watching the movie. Did they change the shoes for Nessa Rose or whatever? Like her shoes that she gets? From her mom?
I don't think so. Well, are they supposed to be the red ruby slippers?
Yes, I swore they were Dorothy's shoes. I swear.
So too.
Because because I saw the red shoes when Glinda takes them out for Popular, but I was like, I feel like her sister wore the shoes in the show. I feel like there's got to be something. Okay.
There's got to and I'm sure it'll be explained in the second part because I know in the second part it becomes more significant, but I can't remember off the top of my head honestly.
I
but
don't
I had
remember
the same
either.
thought.
Okay. Because I was like, when they like showed her shoes and they were like, oh, these are my mom's, because she was going to wear them to like the club or whatever they were doing.
But the one thing that's significant about the shoes, the heel is literally a tornado.
Yeah.
That's Dorothy. Like, yes. Yeah.
Exactly. So like, I was just like intrigued because I was like, I feel like I'm being gaslit right now because I swear they were red in the show. Yeah. So, but I trust them. They probably have an explanation on how they're going to spin that. Can I talk about the choreography for What Is This Feeling?
Oh my God, yeah.
Amazing. Here's the thing. It's my favorite dance number. I think Dancing Through Life comes very, very close because I love Jonathan Bailey, and I think it was just like really, really fun. But What Is This Feeling is just, I love it. It's just so simple, but it's so impactful.
Yes. No, literally, the way they're walking, just tilting their shoulders. I'm like, why does that hit so hard? Why?
Though? Yes.
I don't understand, but it does.
Like, that's some theater kid shit. Like, that's like what you see on stage. Yes. It's like that. Oh, my God.
Speaking of theater kid shit, I'm so sick of people talking about, like, why are Cynthia and Ariana crying in every interview? I'm like, that's literally just an adult theater kid.
Yes.
Get over it.
I think we talked about this last time.
We did,
but they were just crying. I'm like, no, that's normal. That's really normal.
Yes. I think I mentioned this, but yeah, I already mentioned this. I just really love the background of Elphaba's character as a young kid that we got. Yeah. I think that added so much. And then just another random note that I thought was really cool is that Ariana is noted as a producer on every single song.
Yes.
Like, for the vocal production.
Yes.
Like, people don't realize how talented she is.
She is a genius.
Even if she wasn't singing. Like, that's what people, like, that's why the hate is so forced. I'm sorry. even if you don't like her voice, like, she's just a good musician and producer alone.
Yes. Like, she is, like, amazing behind the soundboard. Like, that's not very common. I mean, I feel like it's common for them to be like a songwriter, right? Like, and then obviously your vocals, right? But like for the musician to be the actual producer and mixing shit behind the board too is crazy.
That's next
like I don't
level.
think people like understand that. Like, music producing and mixing is really fucking hard.
Yes.
So yeah, that's amazing. I didn't know that she was credited on every song. That's cool.
Yes. Do you have any other thoughts, or should we get into the songs, or?
Well, actually, this thought could actually
segue?
Bridge
Perfect.
to the songs.
All right.
What were your thoughts on the live singing and the transition into the live singing to the studio version of it? Because they did live singing on set, but I think it's my ear. I could tell when they switched.
See, I don't think I really noticed that, but
really?
Maybe I'm going to see it again next week with my family, so I'll definitely listen to that. But yeah, I don't think I really noticed. I think I noticed because, like, for example, in What Is This Feeling, when they weren't in the same room and the movie stuff was going on, I was like, okay, obviously they're not singing live this chunk.
Yes.
But yeah, I don't think I really noticed, honestly. But that doesn't mean it's not there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I thought it was fine because I remember that one of their talking points for this press tour is that they did live singing. Like, Ariana Grande and Cynthia, every take they were singing live. And so I always really, I think because I knew that, I was listening to see like the switch between it. And it's very, very subtle. But I think because I'm like such a nerd about it, I can like hear it when it's like switches from live singing, which is like fine. And I think it's like really impressive that they were live singing, but I was just thought it was interesting. So
yeah, definitely interesting.
Yeah.
It went horribly for me trying to pick top 3 songs. I don't think I'm even confident at all what I chose. Okay. Because here's the thing. Every time I listen to it again, I'm like, oh, this is my favorite this listen. This is my favorite. And yeah, so just a preface. But I do have, basically, for me, I have honorable mentions and then I have my top 3. But the only 2 songs, hold on, let me pull it up. The only 2 songs that are not on my honorable mentions are my favorites are Dear Old Shiz, Something Bad, and A Sentimental Man, which are the stupid songs. No one likes them anyway, but I mean, I'm sure some people like them.
So you put basically the entire soundtrack on your list, on your honorable
but there's 3 songs out there, so that's gotta be something.
That's gotta be something, right?
Yeah, right? Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay, do you want to do your honorable mentions first? Are they ranked?
Sure.
Are they in order, or are they just honorable mentions?
They're honorable mentions. God, this is making me sick because I just don't think this is right. I don't know. Okay. So, my honorable mentions are I'm Not That Girl. I think that song is beautiful.
Gorgeous.
The Wizard and I, which is great. Popular, which is amazing. And then What Is This Feeling as well. Although What Is This Feeling was very close to my my top 3 because that one just has so many memories for me because my sister and I sing it together to this day and it's just so fun. So yeah. But yeah, those are my honorable mentions.
So those are your honorable mentions. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I mean, the soundtrack is not that big for part 1, so.
Yeah. I know, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
I only have one honorable mention, and it's Dancing Through Life, because I love Jonathan Bailey, and I think his voice is gorgeous on that track.
Oh my gosh.
Do we want to do our third favorite song?
I suppose. Okay. My third, speaking of, is Dancing Through Life. I knew it. I love that song so much. Yeah. And I think, honestly, in the movie, I almost like it better. Not because necessarily it sounds better, but I think just thinking about the like the instrumental part they added in to the movie version and the significance in the movie version with that scene, I feel like it just has more significance to me now.
Yes, that makes sense.
And I also think it's so, because obviously I chose these songs based on like what they did for the plot as well as if I like them and like all the things. I feel like this one, there's so many moving parts between the dynamic between Glinda and Fiyero and Elphaba and Bach and Nessa and Bach and Glinda. Like everything's in the song. Like it's so, I love it.
Very nice.
And Jonathan Bailey's hot, so yeah.
Yeah, no, he's 10 out of 10.
Obviously.
Okay. I think my number 3 is going to surprise you.
Okay.
It's Defying Gravity.
Okay. Yeah.
That's my number 3.
Yeah. No, that actually makes sense.
Does it really? Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, everyone knows Defying Gravity, and I love it. I love it, and I love what it does, and I think Cynthia's version is absolutely gorgeous. But yeah, I just I love it. So that's my number 3.
That's great because that's my number 2.
No way.
Yes, it is. I love it. I love Cynthia's version. Same as everything you said. I think part of the reason why it's number 2 for me, something about the harmonies in the song with Glinda and Elphaba, especially with Ariana and Cynthia, it's just so pure, and the emotion. It's such a powerful song.
Yes.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah.
Yep.
Piggybacking off of that, I can go to my second, which is What Is This Feeling? Which is a surprise to me, but I think the reason why I love it so much is because their blend is unmatched.
No, it doesn't make sense.
No, it doesn't. I don't think people understand how hard that is, too, for a blend to be that amazing. If you're not a musician, if you're not a singer, you don't understand just how fucking hard it is to blend with people. And the fact that their voices go together so well, I think that's why What Is This Feeling is such, made it my second, because I'm so impressed by their unison. Same thing with Defying Gravity, where they had unison in that song as well. So,
yep.
Yeah.
Great song. It's so good.
It is.
Okay, my number 1.
What is your, okay, wait. So you said Dancing Through Life and Defying Gravity. You already said The Wizard and I as an honorable mention. You already also said Popular as your honorable mention too, which I'm very surprised by. And you also said I'm Not That Girl. Is it One Short Day or No One Mourns the Wicked?
It is No One Mourns the Wicked.
Oh my god, I knew
And honestly, I forgot to add One Short Day to my honorable mention, but it does deserve to be there.
One Short Day.
But I think No One Mourns the Wicked, like, that song is insane.
Yeah.
It is, like, so theater, and I love it.
It is so theater. It is.
I think, and in the movie version, Ariana added more to that, somehow made it even more operatic without being obnoxious. I think the chorus is beautiful, the power of it, the emotion, I think the orchestration, I think it's really cool how, like, it's supposed to be almost a happy song in a way where these people are celebrating, but it sounds really sad. Like, something about it is just, I literally, the fact that it starts at da 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 da, like, I literally shit myself. Like, it's so good. Oh my gosh, sorry, I just kicked my desk. I love that song so much.
Such a great song to open to.
Yes,
like, it's like
perfect.
It's so good, both in the movie and on stage. Like, it gets your attention, and like that's why it was written that way.
Yeah. I love it.
Very nice.
What's your number one?
Can you guess?
I'm not gonna guess correctly, but I'll try. I never guess correctly. Let me see. I think it's gonna be The Wizard and I.
It is The Wizard and I.
Fuck yeah! I never get it right. Oh my God,
I know you never do.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Here's the thing. I like The Wizard and I has been a sleeper for me. I think when I look at the Broadway soundtrack, that is not my first go-to. Cynthia's version, though, is just on another level.
It is.
It's so interesting because I think when she sings it, it's with so much conviction and belief and wonder that you, like, want to root for her. Like, she, like, we want to go with her. And I feel like I've never really felt that. You know, just listening to it on, like, Spotify or, like, watching it on stage too. I've never really felt it with this song, but, like, for some reason, I don't know why, it just, like, changed for me, and I'm like, I love this song.
Yes, and her version is so good because I think she brings Cynthia's voice is so sweet sounding somehow, but also so soulful. I think she brings such a youthful energy to the song. Yes. I don't know what it is, but something about her version is, like, very, very special.
I don't know. It's like, I don't know.
It's crack.
Like, yes, it is. And I feel like I'm surprising myself too, because, like, Defying Gravity is, like, my shit. As long as You're Mine is my shit. But like, to see The Wizard and I come up all the way to the top for me is, like, a surprise, but also like a very pleasant surprise. So.
Yes. Wow.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's it.
Here's the thing. I'm upset we can't get part 2, but I am honestly, after seeing this, I'm very thankful they split it into 2 parts. Because everyone's like, why do they need 2 parts? It's too long, blah, blah, blah. I 100% see why they did it now.
Yes,
like,
I agree.
I feel like we got so much more out of it. I think, do I want to wait a year? Absolutely not. That feels like cruel. But I'm literally going to, that's all I'm going to be thinking about for the next year. So.
Yes, I am so excited to hear Cynthia's version of No Good Deed Goes Unpunished.
Oh, I am actually,
I'm going to die.
I get chills thinking about it.
I'm going to die. Like, I'm literally, and then hearing Jonathan Bailey singing As Long As You're Mine.
Oh,
like,
I am going to lose it.
I'm gonna die
literally.
in the theater.
Yes, literally. I'm never gonna make it out.
Like, I can't.
No,
I'm not even gonna make it.
No,
like,
literally. I'm already gonna be dead.
Then.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm more biased towards Act 2, so, like, I'm really, really excited for Part 2. But, like, Part 1 blew me out of the water. So
same.
Yeah.
I could keep going about it, but Selena, do you want to tell everyone what we're talking about next week?
Yes. I think next week we're doing a Christmas movie.
Yay.
But I'm going to double check now. Yeah, we are doing a Christmas movie. And you know what? We are doing a Netflix Christmas movie called Our Little Secret that stars the one and only Lindsay Lohan. Because every year we have to watch a Christmas movie that stars Lindsay Lohan.
Yes, this is the new tradition, okay?
It is. And it's going to be so bad. I'm ready for it. Like, I can't wait.
Same. I'm very excited. Selena's already dying.
I am, because, like, I can't, like, the last movie we watched, I don't even remember what it's called. It was so bad, Theoni. Like, it was so bad.
Oh, trash. Anyways,
okay. I'm still excited.
Me too. But thank you guys so much for listening, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.